African Union Communications, Early Warning, and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals, intelligence, and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. Last night, the Russian armed forces launched air-based high-precision strikes on the port of Odessa, hitting facilities used to unload and store military cargo for the Ukrainian armed forces. Meanwhile, in the Kharkov region, North Group units liberated the settlement of Volokhovskoye, setting the tone for the day's operations across all fronts. Starting with the North Group, units gained full control over Volokhovskoye in Kharkov region and inflicted losses on formations of 2 mechanized brigades, a motorized infantry brigade, and a territorial defense brigade near Chernoblizovka, Novoalexandrovka, Rubezhnoye, and Chernoye. In Sumy region, Russian forces struck 2 mechanized brigades and a territorial defense brigade around Krasnopoly, Krapovshchina, Novaya Sech, Ryzevka, and Mogritsa. Ukrainian losses in the north exceeded 295 troops, 1 tank, 3 armored fighting vehicles, 8 motor vehicles, 1 anti-aircraft missile system, 2 field artillery guns, a Grad MLRS combat vehicle, and an electronic warfare station. The West Group seized more advantageous lines and positions. It engaged 2 mechanized brigades, an assault brigade, an assault regiment, and a territorial defense brigade near Shirovo in the Donetsk People's Republic, as well as Komarovka, Blagodatovka, Olgovka, and Izium in Kharkov region. Over the past day, the group's actions cost the enemy up to 220 servicemen, 3 armored fighting vehicles, 15 motor vehicles, 1 field artillery gun, and 1 electronic warfare station. The South Group improved the tactical situation along the line of contact. Russian troops struck 3 mechanized brigades, an airmobile brigade, and a territorial defense brigade near Slavyansk, Nikolaipoli, Belenkoye, Starodubovka, Kramatorsk, Nikolaevka, and Alexeyevo-Druzhkovka, all in the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy lost more than 195 troops, 2 armored fighting vehicles, 30 motor vehicles, and 3 artillery guns. The Center Group also improved its tactical posture. It inflicted losses on 2 mechanized brigades, a Jaeger brigade, 2 Marine brigades, and 3 National Guard brigades. Engagements took place near Ivanovka, Dimitrovka, and Dnipropetrovsk region, and the settlements of Sergeyevka, Anovka, Svetloye, Belitskoye, and Dobropoli in the Donetsk People's Republic. Ukrainian losses here reached up to 355 troops, 5 armored fighting vehicles, 7 motor vehicles, 1 field artillery gun, and 1 electronic warfare station. The East Group continued advancing into the depth of the enemy defense. Its formations hit 2 air assault brigades and 2 assault regiments near Vasilkovka, Otrishki, Kolomaitsi, and Velikomikhailovka in Dnipropetrovsk region, and Lyubitskoye, Chervony Yar, Barvanovka, Blagodatnoy, and Zarnitsa in Zaporozhye region. The armed forces of Ukraine lost up to 360 servicemen, 1 armored personnel carrier, 1 armored fighting vehicle, 11 motor vehicles, and 2 artillery guns. In the Dnipro sector, Russian units inflicted damage on a mechanized brigade and a territorial defense brigade near Vasilyanka and Orakov in Zaporozhye region. More than 65 servicemen, 1 armored fighting vehicle, 16 motor vehicles, and 3 electronic warfare stations were neutralized. Throughout the theater, operational tactical aviation, unmanned aerial vehicles, missile troops, and artillery of the Russian groups of forces struck 144 areas. Targets included assembly and storage sites for long-range unmanned aerial vehicles, fuel and power infrastructure, transport facilities used by the armed forces of Ukraine, and temporary deployment areas of Ukrainian armed formations and foreign mercenaries. Russian air defense forces shot down 11 guided aerial bombs, 8 U.S.-made HIMARS multiple-launch rocket system projectiles, 7 Flamingo long-range cruise missiles, and 655 fixed-wing unmanned aerial vehicles, demonstrating comprehensive protection of Russian troops and critical infrastructure. Now, the updated cumulative losses of the armed forces of Ukraine since the start of the special military operation: 673 aircraft, 284 helicopters, 186,190 unmanned aerial vehicles, 667 anti-aircraft missile systems, 30,239 tanks and other armored fighting vehicles, 1,762 multiple launch rocket system combat vehicles, 35,842 field artillery guns and mortars, and 67,057 units of support military vehicles. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.